and welcome to the Daily Meal for Monday, the 3rd of November 2025. In today's Millwall news, we start off with this. A real honour for me. Jake Cooper reflects on his Millwall career after his 400th appearance for the Lions. And this is from the southernnews.co.uk. Jake Cooper said it was an honour after he made his 400th appearance for Millwall against Oxford United on Saturday. The Lions skipper started at centre-back at Kassam Stadium and marked the occasion with a second-half goal after reacting first when Tristan Kramer's long-range effort was spilled. The match finished 2-2. The 30-year-old is now just the sixth man to make 400 appearances for Millwall, with only Barry Kitchener, Keith Stevens, Harry Cripps, Neil Harris and Alan McCleary ahead of him. Cooper spoke to Millwall TV after reaching the landmark. And this is the video that I was telling you about yesterday, which is free to watch. It's on Millwall TV, but it's just the one where you can log in and watch it. I'll be in here for this length of time, as it's been a real honour for me. The games just flew by. It seems like yesterday that I was joining the club. It's just kind of been a whirlwind. I'm having a great time, and I'm fortunate to still be in the position that I'm in. Cooper made his debut for the Lions in January 2017 after signing on loan from Reading. He helped Millwall achieve promotion back to the Championship that May and was on the bench as they beat Bradford City 1-0 in the playoff final. He signed for the club permanently shortly afterwards. So he came in, he had half a season in League One, and the rest of the time he's been in the Championship with Millwall while we've been in the Championship. That's interesting. Is it not? Asked if he envisaged making 400 appearances for the club when he first joined, Cooper said, "Oh no, of course not. Yeah, I was on loan and I didn't really know where my career was going. I was just trying to make a name for myself. Neil Harris brought me in and showed a lot of faith in me, and we had a great time and managed to get promoted, which was obviously a big part of me then coming permanently and staying for the time I have. It's just been great, you know. It's just been nice to know that I feel like I've got a home here at a football club. It's been really enjoyable sticking around and seeing us grow through the 9 years that I've been here." So there you go. And I wanted to show you this. They took a picture. So many people. These are all the injured players that we have now. I'm joking. Actually, should probably do that and then zoom in. So we have the first team players. We have the under 21s. We have some of the under 18s, it looks like. We've got the coaching staff, all kinds of people, the groundsman probably as well. And would you believe it, James Berylson is there, standing next to Steve Gallen. Isn't that interesting? I wonder if they're talking about signing a new striker in January. Well, that would be interesting. So you can see that all are here. So there you go. And I don't know if it's a real shirt or if that's just the fabric of a shirt, but fucking hell. How big was that shirt? That must have been like a 7XL to get the 4 and the 2 zeros on it, but I mean, damn, bro. There you go. Some interesting stuff there. So that's what's going on there at the training ground. Fantastic stuff. Now moving on to this from southernnews.co.uk. We're still getting, it's the Monday after the weekend, we're still getting some post-match comments. And we've got a game tomorrow, which we'll be previewing at the end of this video, but we're still getting the post-match comments. So Millwall head coach praises bright Theirno Ballo after first Lions goal, and this is of course again from the southernnews.co.uk. Alex Neil described Theirno Ballo's performance against Oxford United on Saturday as bright as the winger scored his first goal in a Millwall shirt. Ballo, 23, joined the Lions on loan with an option to buy on the final day of the summer window and has made 9 appearances for the club so far. The Austrian international has been Neil's preferred choice on the left wing since early October, starting the past 5 consecutive games, and he rewarded his head coach with 3 assists before Millwall's trip to the Kassam Stadium. It did not take long for Ballo to break the deadlock, heading home Rhineland's long throw in the 11th minute. The U's drew a level shortly before the half-time. Yep, we know all of that stuff. Yada, yada, yada. Neil was asked about Ballo's performance after the game. I used to play at the start of the game. I thought he then got better when we made the subs again in the second half. In the last, maybe 30 minutes of the game. There were a lot of good bits, and we should have won the game. But, sometimes you don't always get what you deserve, do you? Yes, I believe the Rolling Stones put it well. You don't always get what you want. But sometimes you may just get what you deserve. Something like that. Is that how it goes? I don't know. It's been a long time. A long, lonely time. Oh no, that was a Led Zeppelin. So, moving on to this. Kind of echoing what I mentioned in the videos before this game about, the recasting, the reimagining of Gary Rowett, trying to put him into some kind of place in terms of what's going on at Millwall now. In hindsight, hindsight's 2020. And he kept us in this league, which has allowed us to push on, and it's allowed us to attract someone, Alex Neil, the quality manager of Alex Neil. Gary Rowett helped to bring that about, because if we weren't a stable Championship team, and if we were, if we did get relegated to League One, that would have been disastrous, especially with the new TV deal coming in. So, Gary Rowett hopes Mill continues the run they're on and thinks his spell helped lay strong foundations. Former Mill boss Gary Rowett continued to heap praise on the Lions after they drew 2-2 with his Oxford United side on Saturday. Well, he got a point. If he lost, would he have been so charitable? I think so, but, I think he would have had to phrase it differently in regards to his own fans and his own supporters, and he didn't want to... had to speak very diplomatically, but because they got the point in the circumstances that they did, I think he can say like this. So, Rowett managed Millwall for 4 years between 2019 and 2023, came close to guiding them to the playoffs twice, missing the top 6 by 2 points in 2019-20 and 1 point in 22-23 following a second half collapse against Blackburn Rovers. Rowett parted ways with the club in October 2023, had a short stint at Birmingham City before being appointed Oxford head coach in December 2024 and guided them to safety in their first season back in the second tier since 98-99. And this is the thing as well to mention, when Gary Rowett did leave, he was mentioned, I'm away from my family. They put him up in a flat in Canary Wharf, and he did say, I wanted to get a job closer to the Midlands, and he was being linked with like various different clubs, and well, that's not in the Midlands, but he did sign for teams in the Midlands, Birmingham City and Oxford. So he did keep that promise, or whatever he said. He did do that. He currently has Oxford 18th after the game at the weekend. The Lions are 4th, 1 point behind second place Middlesbrough. After the game, Rowett reiterated his desire for Mill to make the playoffs. I've had nothing but good things to say about Millwall. I've had 4 years there, 4 years of trying to get into the playoffs. And I feel as though, we helped them to get into that position and that they're in now with the ability to challenge. And it's really nice to see. And like I said, I know the owner well, and I've obviously managed against Alex a number of times. And I think they're in a fantastic position. And I'm really excited for them, and hopefully they can go on and continue the run that they're on. I believe him. That's another thing. I don't think I mentioned it in the videos. Alex Neil has never beaten Gary Rowett in a football match, and I think as a manager, I don't know if they played against each other, and I think it's in something like 9 or 10 games. So that's interesting. Now we got 2 games tomorrow. 2. Bristol City versus Mill under 21s. Well, Bristol City under 21s. It's not Bristol City first team. And this is from millfc.co.uk. Millwall under-21s travel to the Robins High Performance Centre to take on Bristol City under-21s in the Professional Development League on Tuesday afternoon. Kick-off is at 1 p.m. Because obviously we are in the winter time zone now, the GMT. It gets dark about 4:30 now, doesn't it? The Young Lions, last match, again, this is a thing that I believe has been done because of Apple. The apostrophe that doesn't need to be there after an S. The Young Lions' that's how that's written. The Young Lions' last match. It doesn't. That's not what it is. The Young Lions' last match. It's because if you have autocorrect on it for some reason since the latest update, maybe what's it called now? iOS 2026. It's doing this shit. This is not what it is. It's not the Young Lions' last match. It's the Young Lions' last match. Was a home clash with Charlton Flake under-21s. No apostrophe there, by the way. Huh? The Charlton Flake under-21s, which saw a first competitive appearance since January for Danny McNamara. AJ Matthews opened the scoring after dispatching a penalty he won, and Harry Taylor headed in excellently for an Alfred Doughty free kick, but two quick-fire goals at the end of each half gave the Alex all 3 points as they ran out 4-2 winners. The Robins came into this clash on the back of 2 wins and 3 defeats from their last 5 in all competitions, with victories over Brentford under-21s and Bournemouth under-21s in the league, winning 2-1 and 4-0 respectively. In the Premier League Cup action, however, they suffered an 8-2 defeat. Oof, away at Derby County, who I believe are in the grade category 1. So that's a level above, and were beaten twice in the league by Cardiff and Charlton both by 2-1. So that's interesting. They've really put the effort into this. Really put the effort in. I don't know if they're using AI to write all this or what. Jack GBT. Bristol City under-21 sit 9th. Of the southern side of the Professional Development League, split on 10 points from 10 matches, scoring 14 and conceding 19. They currently sit bottom of their Premier League Cup group on 1 point from 2 matches, drawn 1-1 at home to Stoke City and losing away, as mentioned. Last season, they finished the campaign in 8th on 40 points. The Southwest side has 5 players joint on 2 goals in all competitions. Billy Phillips, Lewis Derrick, Ollie Thomas, Victor Akimbo and Ruben Shepherd. Their senior professional development phase coach who leads the under-21 side is Denis Baranowski. He previously coached multiple Austrian national team youth sides as well as working at club level with a hamburger. Delicious, in Germany. The previous meeting, the last time the two sides met, was a 2-2 draw in Brazil. Tane Anderson, now on loan at Cheltenham, opened the scoring for the hosts after 10 minutes. 2 goals in 2 minutes just after the hour mark saw Kevin Nugent's men take a 2-1 lead, with Jaden Celestine Charles scoring his 8th goal of the season before defender Jet Dyer completed a turnaround with 15 minutes to go. Dennis Baranowski's side brought the scores back level through Joseph James. From the last 5 encounters, it's Millwall with the better head-to-head record with 2 victories and 3 draws. So again, they put the effort in now. Don't know if that's the new guy they've brought on, but no, or someone's using Jack PPT. But can I tell you, I found out a little bit of information by going to Bristol City, bcfc.co.uk. Men's under-21s. Bristol City's under-21s host Millwall on Tuesday, 1 p.m. at the Robins High Performance Centre. Spectators are welcome at the fixture, but advised that there is no parking available on site. I believe the High Performance Centre is in the middle of fucking nowhere. It's way out of town. You can find it. If you Google it, the address, you'll find it. I think it's like 4 miles south of Bristol. So they're telling you you can't park there. There may be parking nearby, but who knows, probably best to get someone to drop you off there. So you can go to the game if you're local there. If you can go to the game. But even if you can't, The game will be streamed for free on Robins TV, and coverage will begin from 12:55 p.m. So Robins TV, it's their version of Millwall TV. It's free, but I would imagine, I don't know, but I would assume and I would imagine that you probably need to set up an account. You need to register, and then you need to log in. Whether you do that with your real name, your real address, your real email, or you just get a special email just for this, do be aware that's something you can do if you want to watch the game for free on Robins TV. So there you go. If you're a lazy bastard, you got nothing to do, you're a dosser, you got nothing going on in the afternoon. Maybe if you do have a job but you work for the government, and you just doss at work, why not? You get paid for it. You can watch it at 1 o'clock on Robins TV, which you can find at this website, bcfc.co.uk. So there you go. Now moving on to the loan watch. The mayor of football town, Adam Mayer, involved as Cambridge secured FA Cup progress. Yes. Adam Mayer stepped off the bench to help Cambridge United towards the second round of the Emirates FA Cup on Saturday afternoon. The winger played the final 5 minutes against non-league side Chester, with the U's already 3-0 up and assured of their safe passage into Monday night's round 2 draw, which I will bring you in a minute. Elsewhere, the final match of George Evans' now that's correct, initial loan spell takes place on Tuesday night as Hartlepool United host Morecambe. Now that does say initial. They haven't confirmed that they're repeating the loan. It's a 28-day youth loan. There has been a change in manager, so maybe the new manager has other plans and he's gonna sign someone else, and that's probably why they haven't renewed the deal with Georgia. Maybe George Evans doesn't like travelling up there, but he's committed to the 28 days. He said, you know what, I'm going to do the 28 days. And then they say, can we renew your deal? So, fuck no, I don't want to come here anymore. Goodbye and good luck. So maybe, comme ci, comme ça. Bit of this, bit of that, I don't know. But Cambridge are playing Brighton and Hove Albion under 21s on Wednesday. So Adam Mayer might be involved in that. There's a picture there. It's no surprise, he's doing well at Cambridge, in League 2. He was playing for League 2 team Morecambe when we signed him, and he was doing quite well. Scoring goals, getting assists. So, I'm not going to say that's his level. Maybe he's a League 1 player, but he has proved himself at League 2. Right, here we go. TheFA.com. The Emirates FA Cup draw, second round. It was quite sad, personally, for me, watching a bit of the games at the weekend, the FA Cup games, following them, and then you realise once you're looking at the final scores, around about nearly 5 o'clock. The games are still going on. They're into extra time because they got rid of replays. So there was, I think, a non-league team took Wigan to a draw after 90 minutes. Obviously, going to extra time, and Wigan, crushed them in extra time, which is sad. But it is sad. So why am I bringing you this? What's this got to do with Millwall? Well, if you see the video yesterday, you'll know. If you didn't see the video yesterday, why not? What are we doing here? It's the Daily Mill. You've got to come here daily and watch the videos. Otherwise, it doesn't work. I told you about Jake Cooper, about him getting 400 games. And then we counted through the games into the future, because we know who we're going to play. What game will he get to 414, which will take him above Alan McCleary and into, number 5 on the list of most Millwall appearances by a player? And it was the FA Cup third round game, who we don't know who it is yet. This is the second round draw. We know it's going to be one of these. Or a Championship team, or a Premier League team. And I speculate, wouldn't it be amazing if we finally got West Ham away for Jake Cooper's record-breaking game. And, if he put in a performance and scored the winning goal, that would be chef's kiss, cherry on top. Lovely jubbly. But some teams that we could be getting, if we get a lower league opposition, could be one of these. Slough Town, remember them? Blast from the past, could be them. Western-super-Mare, trip to the freezing cold seaside in January. Boreham Wood, now that's notable because there is a former Millwall youngster, Abdul Malik, doing quite well there, helping get them up the table in the National League. They're near the top of the table. They might, if they keep on like that, they could get promoted into the league. Well, that would be insane. Who else have we got? Obviously Luton Town, George Savile, Luton Town, trying to find like a Millwall connection. Seeing the draw here, it's basically completed. There's only one or, and that's Tamworth or Leyton Orient. And the reason why that's there, because they play tonight. And Leyton Orient won that 1-0. So, if you want a game in London, Leyton Orient away. Again, I don't want this, but Cambridge United, either home or away. Neil Harris is there. Don't want that. Blackpool, obviously George Honeyman's there. Gateshead away, that would be fun, wouldn't it? Especially if it's away. But probably barely get any tickets, maybe 500. So that'll be a sought after ticket for that. But or Brackley Town, which I believe they're in the Midlands somewhere. Maybe like East Midlands, I don't know. But Brackley Town, I saw their ground on the TV. There was the TV game. It's one of those proper non-league, terracing. So probably won't get many tickets for that either. But again, that's a new ground for many, I would imagine. And Buxton, go and get some water at Buxton. So that's the draw. Second round draw. And the third round. So when are these ties going to be played? So the ties are going to be played on the weekend of Saturday the 6th of December. So when's the FA Cup third round draw? Same time. Probably on the Monday, maybe on the Sunday. So there you go. That's something to keep an eye on. What will Jake Cooper's 414th game be? Who will it be against? Obviously, if a game gets postponed or abandoned, that's going to mess with the whole system, and everything I've told you is going to be for nothing. So that's fantastic. Now, we've got a game tomorrow. The first team's got a game tomorrow. The under-21's got a game tomorrow. So I guess we should probably preview that. Thick and fast. Here it comes. Mill travel to Birmingham City in the Sky Bet Championship on Tuesday night. Kick-off at 7:45 p.m. Alex Neil's side heading into second of back-to-back away matches, looking to preserve their unbeaten record on the road in 25-26 and to also extend their undefeated run in the league past 5 games. The head coach, Alex Neil, however, has fresh injury worries. Of course we do. Following the withdrawals of Femi Aziz and Ryan Leonard at Oxford United on Saturday. Both will have their fitness assessed before the trip to St Andrews and will join Stephen Bender, Massimo Luongo and Josh Coburn on the injury list should they miss out. Lucas Jensen and Danny McNamara continue their recovery programs from long-term injuries, but this fixture will come too soon. And I would imagine that Danny McNamara will probably be playing for the under-21s because he played for them before, and they used his picture in the preview for the under-21 game. So I'd imagine that the idea... Now, they don't generally send first-team players away for under-21 games, but obviously if the first-team squad is in Birmingham and the under-21 game is in Bristol, you can travel to Bristol, play the game there, and then you've got 3 hours to travel over up to Birmingham from Bristol, which is plenty of time. So you will imagine maybe that's the thing that they'll be doing. yeah, obviously you can buy a match pass, but it is going to be on TV. We know that, and we're going to look at that now. This is from livesoccertv.com. And yeah, it's on Sky Sports Plus. All the midweek games are on Sky Sports Plus. We know that. That's been the case for a number of seasons now. And also, it is on Millwall TV. Available around the world. So yeah, but you got to pay £10 for a match pass. Now, normally bring you, this is from bbc.co.uk, I normally bring you the match facts from the EFL website, which I believe is where these have come from, but the EFL haven't published them yet, but the BBC have them, which is weird. So let's have a look at this. Birmingham City have won just one of their last 11 league meetings with Millwall, drawn 6, lost 4, that's home and away, winning 1-0 on the road in April 2023 through Lukas Djukovic. Millwall are unbeaten in each of their last 8 away league games against Birmingham City, though each of the last 5 have all ended level. Yes, we are going to look at that on the next page on 11v11.com. But we have not lost at Birmingham in 8 visits, but the last 5 have all been draws. That is a streak. That's a long fucking streak. And what happens with long streaks? They end. Because they can't keep going on we can't keep going on like this. We can't keep drawing games. Someone's going to win and someone's going to lose. Oh no, it's going to be us. The Lions have only ever gone on a longer run without loss on the road, and that was to Watford. So at the moment, we are 8 games away to Birmingham without losing. We've only ever done better than that, and that was Watford. 10 games. So if you're charitable, you could say, well, maybe we've got another 2 games in us. But the Watford one was between 1958 and 1991. But again, we have never drawn 6 in a row to the same team. I believe that's that. So I mean, this is a weird fixture already, and it just gets weirder because here we go. Birmingham City have won all 7 of their midweek home games in League One last season, and they just conceded just once. So they won all of their midweek home games last season. And obviously, that doesn't include Monday night games and Friday night games because those are weekend games that get moved. But Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday games in the league, they won all of them, and there was 7 of them, and they only conceded 1 goal in 7. Before this season, they drew 2-2 in their first midweek game against Sheffield Wednesday in September. The last time that they lost a midweek home game in the league on a Tuesday, Wednesday or Thursday was at Cardiff City in April 2024, and that was the season that they went down. That was 23-24. Obviously 24-25 they were in League One, and now they're in 25-26 they're back in the Championship. Millwall won their most recent midweek away league game against Sheffield United in April, last winning back-to-back such matches in October-December 2021, when the first game also came against the Blades before them beating Coventry. And I believe there's one more. Jay Stansfield's first ever league start for Birmingham came home to Millwall in September 2023, netting his first goal at St Andrews for the club in a 1-1 draw. Yeah, he was on loan then, I believe. And then they bought him for insane amount of money for a League One player. They bought him when they were in League One. But yeah, this is a weird fixture, and we're going to look at it now. This is from 11v11.com. Let's get rid of that and let's crack on. Right, so historically, going back, first game 1946 away to Birmingham, 4-0 defeat. First 3 trips, 3 defeats. Gap between 1947 and 1967. But the losing run continued. We finally win in September 1967, a 3-2 win. Year after, a 2-1 win. But then we go on the most horrendous run of not winning at Birmingham until 2015. And this is what we got: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. I had to stop to catch my breath. 14 trips up to Birmingham to play Birmingham City without winning the game. 14. Spanning many decades. 1969, 1986, 1988, 1993, 1998, 2001, 2011, 2013, and finally in 2015 we win. And this is the start of the run that we're on now. So obviously something clicked. Something's happened. The poles have shifted. Something's happened there. What's going on there then? Did they change their ground? Did they build it up? Don't know. I think maybe they did, didn't they? They've been at St Andrews all the while though, haven't they? But I think they did knock down a stand and put some seats in or something. That may have changed the situation, because what explains this, where you go on this horrendous run spanning many years, and now since 2015 we haven't lost there. We won the first 3 without conceding a goal. 1-0, 1-0, 2-0, 2015, 2018, 2019, and then a 1-1 draw, 0-0 draw, that would have been COVID, November 2020, 2-2 draw, 0-0 draw, 1-1 draw. So, again, very weird, very streaky. A bad streak and then a good streak. But that's got to end sometime, and it may be ending tomorrow. So this is from whoscored.com, and you can see the last 6 games. Not the most high scoring of fixtures. 6 goals for us, 4 goals for them, 9 yellow cards for us, 8 yellow cards for them. If we go to the right, Birmingham have drawn their last 5 home matches against Millwall in all competitions. Yeah, we know that. Birmingham has seen under 2.5 goals scored in 13 of their last 15 matches against Millwall in all competitions. Millwall are undefeated in their last 8 away matches against Birmingham in all competitions. So yeah. I'm starting to get worried. How about you? Are you worried? Yeah, if we lose, we lose. I mean, it's no shame in that, given we've got about 15 fucking players injured. So what we're going to do, we're going to look at the table. We're in 4th on 24 points. 1-7, drawn 3, lost 3, scoring 16, conceding 15. In terms of goals for and goals against, Birmingham are pretty much in a similar position. They've scored 15, they've conceded 15. But they only have 18 points to show for that. Winning 5, drawing 3 and losing 5. So last time out, they beat Portsmouth 4-0. Where are Portsmouth? They're down here. So is that indicative of anything? Is it indicative of how good Birmingham are or how bad Portsmouth are? I think we're about to find out. Before that, they lost away at Bristol City 1-0. Now Bristol City are up here. And before that, they won away at Preston. Now Preston are up here. I'm getting mixed signals, which is expected because this league is mad as a box of snakes. Right, so what we're going to do, we're going to click on home. This is what they've done at home. They've only lost once at home. They've won 3, drawn 2, lost 1. So who did they lose to at home? They lost to Hull. They lost 3-2, so it was a bit of a shootout. And they've only conceded 6 goals in 6 home games. Now, obviously, in terms of away games, Millwall are the only team in the league who haven't lost an away game so far. So not only do we have this streak still going on, basically the away streak without a loss, we have the trips to Birmingham without losing, and we have the draw streak going on. So, I mean, there's so many streaks. I mean, it's just all point. I'm just seeing, a Millwall defeat. Just can't avoid picturing a Millwall defeat. Right, let's go down here. Let's go back up. Form table. So recent form, last 6 games, home and away. Birmingham is 2-2-2. Perfectly balanced. 1-2, drawn 2, lost 2. Millwall, 1-4, drawn 1, lost 1. If we do that, and we do that, obviously unbeaten away from home, including the Crystal Palace game. That wasn't a defeat. Penalty shootout, it doesn't count as a defeat. We conceded 2 away at Oxford, but we did score 2. Again, not the striker scoring. Queen's Park Rangers scored 2, but did concede. We haven't kept an away clean sheet since that Sheffield United game. That was the last time we kept an away clean sheet. With regards to Birmingham, they kept a clean sheet against Portsmouth. They kept a clean sheet against Swansea. They kept a clean sheet against Oxford. This is the cup game against Port Vale. They failed to score and they lost 1-0. Obviously, probably a massive turnaround in the team that they put out. They got a red card against Hull. That's probably affected the game. They conceded 3 and scored 2. So, it seems they know how to score. Scoring 2, scoring 4. But these teams are, Hull aren't, but Sheffield Wednesday and Portsmouth are at the bottom of the table. So, I mean, strengths and weaknesses there. Okay. They take long shots. They attack down the left. Oh dear. Our right back seems to be injured at the moment. So what are they going to do? I think he's probably going to put Crammer out on the right. And I think we're going to suffer defensively for that. Because obviously Crammer's not going to be in the middle. So that might be the way it comes unstuck. The team selection. Yeah. Is he going to play Ivanovic up front again? Despite his recent poor outings. I think the last 2 away games that he played, Ivanovic, he was poor, very poor. But in the home game, he was okay. Based on the stats in the post-match videos that we do here. So this is an away game. You can't have a player who doesn't get in the game, who's wasting everyone's time and does nothing in the game. You need to put someone on who does something. Whether that's slang stuff, whether that's fucking Negley. Put Negley up front. Play fucking Bangor Williams in a 10. Do something. We can't be carrying people like now. We need everyone to get involved and to contribute. We can't be carrying people. Right, let's get into the preview. What do they think is going to happen? They got a lot of players out as well. Birmingham took the lead early against Portsmouth on Saturday and solidified their lead after a break with 3 extra goals. That victory was a critical one for Chris Davies, whose side have now climbed to 11th in the standings after winning 2 of their last 3 games. Millwall were on course to end game week 13 in the automatic promotion places before you-know-who's 95th minute goal sent Oxford United away with a point on Saturday afternoon. Still, Alex Neil's men have taken 13 points from the last 15 available and remain a formidable Rowetts. Bosh. And they say Birmingham 1, Millwall 1. Let's get into this. This is from sportsmile.co.uk. If you want to read this, go and read it here. Every game they do a fabulous write-up. And I just can't be asked to read it. No offence, it's just I've been waffling on for 41 minutes. It's time to stop talking. I'm sure you're all bored of me now. They say Birmingham City 1, Millwall 1. Birmingham will be looking to make 2 consecutive home victories in the Championship, but face one of the most informed teams in the country. Based on recent results, we expect a close encounter, with the points being shared on Tuesday night. And they go for 1-1. So both of them have gone for 1-1. Like I said, it very much depends on the team selections for the game. You would expect Billy Mitchell to come in for this game. Who drops out? Is it Derek? Is it Casper De Noor? Who knows? Obviously, other changes seem to have to be made. Who replaces Femi Aziz and who replaces Ryan Leonard? Do we keep the same formation? Do we change it? Do we change what we do? As I've mentioned, we can't. If Ivanovic isn't going to do anything, he shouldn't be on the pitch. This is an away game. He's not good enough to play up front on his own. So, what do we do? What do we do? What do we do? I don't know. But, as mentioned, all of the streaks, oh my God, the streaks. I don't like the look of those streaks, said the mother to the son when doing his laundry. I think we're going to lose 2-0. And it will be, our 4th defeat of the season. And our first away defeat. But yeah, I think we're going to lose 2-0. And then we've got to try and scramble some points against Preston. And we'll get a couple of weeks off in the international break. So, before we go away to Portsmouth and Sheffield Wednesday, who should be, 2 winnable games. And then we've got Southampton at home. Hopefully they haven't improved before we play them, because they have sacked their manager. They sacked him yesterday. Apparently, I saw they were trying to get fucking Frank Lampard. Why the fuck would he leave Coventry to go to Southampton? Are you fucking mad? Are you mad, bruv? So yeah. What did I say? What am I talking about again? Where am I? What am I doing? Oh yeah. I think we're going to lose 2-0. Hope we don't. Don't hate me. I hope we don't. But I can see this is going to be one of those games. And on that note, thank you for watching and goodbye.